Hey everybody, welcome back. How's it going today? Hope you guys are having a great day. So there you are. You see it. Um, Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a look at Duran Duran, and I've talked a little bit about Duran Duran on this channel. Played some of their music. So I've actually done a full album review of Rio quite a while ago, and I played some music, a song off their latest album, and I also sort of did a little opinion piece on it as well. And not a lot of interest, frankly, on that, but a few of you that um, have chimed in, some in agreement with me as far as their new album goes, and some making a case for it, which is great. Also, some of you pointed out, one of you in particular, that I might not be as big of a Duran Duran fan as I claim to be, which is absolutely true. I'm not a fanboy. It's not part of my email. It's not Duran Duran Todd 100 or 162 or anything. That's not me, but I am a fan, and I had mentioned that I kind of went through what albums I knew and which ones I didn't, and I kind of skipped over this one, Seven and the Ragged Tiger. I said that I didn't really know that much about it, but actually I'm looking at it, and I know a ton of these songs. So I wanted to hit a few of these songs and just kind of see where we go with this, just to see how big of a fan of Duran Duran you guys are. Because I've been accused of not being a fan, and I am, but I don't know everything they've ever done. And so I thought I'd start here, even though because it's kind of familiar to me, and kind of go through some of the songs that I know are good. I know I like. I just haven't heard them in years. Probably the Reflex would be the one that I know the best and have heard the most over the years. I don't know. So I'm just playing around, just trying to, communicate with you guys, and give you a little bit of what you act like you want, or what you think you want me to think you want. And I don't mind, because I like Duran Duran. I'm all for it, and I hope this blows up, and I hope that there's a lot of people that see it and like it and make comments and just have fun with Duran Duran, because to me that's what they're all about, is fun. They can be serious too, but they're a great band, and I have more favorite parts of the band, different parts of the history of them than some others. Like some bands, I'm a fan of the whole periods, even no matter who's in and who's out, but then some people aren't fans like that. There's a lot of people that just aren't fans like that, and there's reason for that. Now that I look back, now that I kind of can compare it to what makes me a fan of certain albums, and what is it that I don't like about other ones as much. And I think it's part of it is the lineup. I think a big part of it is the lineup. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Reflex. Why don't we? Oh, I was going to play it on YouTube, not on Spotify. So by the way, the Seven and the Ragged Seven and the Ragged Tiger was released in 1983. Okay, that was the year I got out of high school. So music was a big deal back then, as it is today, and I'm very familiar with this song, The Reflex.
Gone too far this time, but I'm dancing on the Valentine. I tell you something,
Look at him go.
And watching over like a clover, isn't that bizarre? Every little thing the reflex does leaves you answered with a question mark. I'm on a ride and I wanna get off, but they won't slow down the roundabout. From Duran Duran, TV said, don't wanna be around when this gets out. So why don't you use it? Try not to bruise it. Buy time, don't lose it. Why, yeah, 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 yeah. What, why, yeah, yeah. Why, yeah, 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 yeah. What, why, yeah, yeah. Why, yeah, 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 yeah. Don't you use it? The reflex is a lonely child who's waiting in the dark. The reflex is in charge of finding treasure in the dark. And watching over like a clover, isn't that bizarre? Every little thing the reflex does is an answer with a question mark. Reflex. So why, yeah, 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 don't you use it? Try not to bruise it. Buy time, don't lose it. The reflex is a lonely child who's waiting by the door. The reflex is in charge of finding treasure in the dark. And watching over like a clover, isn't that bizarre? Every little thing the reflex does leaves me answered with a question mark. The reflex, what a game, is hiding all the cards. The reflex is in charge of finding treasure in
The live concert fade out. Wait, did I stop it? I don't think I did. All right. Okay, yeah, so, welcome to Duran Duran if you've never heard of them. Big smash hit back in the 80s, 1983. Yeah, I loved that song pretty well. It wasn't one of my favorites, but it was Duran Duran, and I was a fan, and I liked it. But listening back to it, I still hate the drum sound. I really do. I just don't like it. Can't really take that snare drum. It sounds like you slap, like you're an actor in a movie and you slap somebody in the face, and that's the sound effect they use for the drum snare. A face slap, a sound effect. Just there was a couple times where when he did that do 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 do, and they pushed that tom out there, and made it a little more present. There was elements of it in the production that they would enhance the drums a little bit, but boy, that drum sound. Whew, whew, whew. I mean, the 80s are notorious. If you're gonna get mad at me, whatever. The 80s are notorious, and hundreds of thousands of people will attest to this, for bad drum sounds. There was that Phil Collins drum sound where it was, that sort of reverby, gated sound that was prolific through the 80s. That was another really bad 80s sound and drums. And hey, I'm just saying. But at the time, I didn't really notice it. It's just so dated now, frankly. And that's one of the reasons I didn't like their latest album, was because of that drum sound. That's just the straight and narrow of it. Not to be negative on this video because I really like this song and I like the band, but it's going to be interesting to listen back to it again, after all these years, and see, because even in a lot of their newer music, the drums aren't that bad at all. They don't have that same sound. That's just that's from the 80s, and that's the 80s drum sound they were using. Sounds like a trigger. He might be playing. I saw that there were some electronic drums on his kit, but he might be playing real drums. But there's triggers. That's not a real snare sound. So anybody that tries to tell me it is will have to convince me with proof that that's not a trigger in the recording. Anyways, John's bass playing was so funky and fabulous back then, wasn't it? I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I wanted to be him. I mean, I actually, when because we're about the same age, John and I, we go way back. We go way back, and I was tall and thin like him, and I had flowing hair, and I had what do you call it when you what they called it back then, frosted it or whatever, something like that, right in the front like his, man. And I wanted to be John Taylor so bad. In a just I was a fan, big fan of his, still am. I think he's a really cool guy, and I'm just so glad that these guys have had the career that they've had. Like I told the story when I first heard Ordinary World, which I know is a long time ago, and they've got a lot more albums. That's why I want to catch up a little bit. That's why I'm gonna step up. I'm gonna be a man, like I always am. I'm gonna admit when I wasn't as right as I thought I was, but I'm also gonna say that I was also right. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan, and I just don't know everything they've done. That's all. And so that's a fortunate for me, because now I can listen to them on First Reactions. That's not a First Reaction. The Reflex is definitely not. And neither is probably any of this album. I've heard the whole thing, I'm sure. So, but I want to check it out though. So hope you're with me on a little Duran Duran. We'll do a few of them, see how it goes on the channel. And if you guys are, with me, that's good. If you want to argue with me, that's fine. Just, don't insult. If you insult anybody on the channel, you're gone. That's just it. Don't call names. Just argue your point, or give your opinion. It's great. It's fine. That's totally fine. Just don't be nasty. Not that anybody really was. I have had to kick a couple nasty people off, but I really don't want to. I want everybody to be here. Is it? Yeah, see, I just get done saying what a big fan I am. Then I draw a blank on the name. Andy Taylor is the guitar player. That hair, that mullet. Oh my God. That's a pretty big mullet. But I love what he did in Duran Duran, though, as a guitar player. I just liked the things that he did. I thought he was really kind of different. He was unique in the way he approached the songs. He was really musical. He didn't, try to, he wasn't like the guitar player, so all you're going to hear is the guitar. It wasn't like that at all. He fit himself in nicely, and really, shindig, really shined in the records and in the albums, with his guitar playing. I thought it was cool. It was different for the time, especially. It really had a unique style, and I liked it. And that goes with John, and that goes with Simon. I love his voice. I've always liked it. I was always worried that he was going to get a little bit off pitch, and he never really did. But and in the latest album, Future Past. That's the best thing of the album is Simon. Simon is the best thing on that album by far. Not that the rest of it's not okay or not good. Some of you guys really like it, and that's cool. But I'm acknowledging that Simon sounds amazing on that album. He sounds so good, and probably the best I've ever heard him. So that is really, really cool. And just to be singing that strong after, all these years of singing, that's difficult. That's really difficult. Really happy for him. So anyways, this has gone on a little bit for a non-reaction video. More of just a discussion and sort of an overview and a kind of a revisit of a topic that's been brewing on the channel a little bit, that interests me. Really does. It interests me a lot. So we will. I'll be curious to see what you guys have to say in the comments, and I'll read them. And if I feel like replying to you, I will. I'll definitely give you a like and maybe even a heart. So we have that to look forward to. Isn't that awesome? Okay, we'll talk to you guys in the next video, and are down in the comments, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.